Salutations. This will be a little segment on death. We'll try to get a clear understanding so we can relinquish our fears. Fear is the result of a lack of understanding. So, let's see if I can help you understand death, what it is, and how things work. Now, death. A simple definition of death is sleep. Death is a form of sleep. There are lots of ancient texts describing and calling death or sleep the little death that we experience. So, what is death? Well, death is a transference. It's a literal transference of the being or energy, the person, the accumulation of memories or experiences throughout life. This is what we call a person. And this is the thing that gets transferred or transitioned upon leaving the, how can I say this? After you have experienced a certain time in a body, you will transition out of that body into another one. So in reality, there really is no death. The common theme seems to be that death is something where you just completely cease to exist. And lots of you have this fantasy of you ceasing to exist, but yet you have a double negative where you can wake up again in some heaven or some paradise with some deity that you have never seen nor experienced. That's erroneous. That's dogma. In this place, this is how it works. When you have taken the time and effort to decay your existence by deteriorating your life or your experiences, deteriorating your body, deteriorating your mind, deteriorating your consciousness. When you have no energy nor desire for truth, for wisdom, for understanding. Then you'll die. But when you die, where did you go? There's a few places. But first, the transference. How does that happen? How does one get directed? One's soul, one's energy, one's essence. How does it get directed to a new vessel once you are done with your current one? Listen carefully. Modern science has shown that they have created what is called a sleeve. A sleeve is a fully grown body, grown from cells in a tube. It's a shell, a sleeve, and they offer for quite the good lump sum of money. They tell us that they can transfer your consciousness or your collection of memories, which make up you. They can transfer that. They can locate it wherever that is in your body. So that proves you're not your body, but you are your body. So they say that they have located where the real you is inside of your body, and they can take your soul out and they can transfer your soul or your spirit or your energy, your collections of memories into this sleeve, into this artificial human body. This artificial human body will not decay as quickly as a biological human body. So they say. Now, this may seem out of this world, but it's not really so far-fetched, because in Egyptian culture, Cometian culture, they practice transferring your spirit or your soul. That was mummification to preserve the current body in a perfect state, no matter what they may look like today. Those bodies are still preserved in a perfect state. And once they preserve that body, your consciousness gets lifted. And, well, back then, there were other options where you could go. You didn't have to reincarnate in this place. So they evacuated their bodies. But they went to higher realms. And they preserve their body so they can come back into this realm and interact. Now, where do you go? Where do you go when you die? There are a few options. Firstly, there is more than sufficient evidence for reincarnation, and that being the process that works here in this space that makes it everlasting. Reincarnation. Many, 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 many on this plane go through this process. And yes, it seems like it is an eternal place because we lose our memories in the reincarnation process. And if we are to reincarnate, where are you going to come back? Our present family and friends and loved ones and our current existence? Do you really think you come back in the same line of people from the life prior? This is interesting. It's a very interesting question. Now, most will reincarnate arbitrarily into certain bodies, and these bodies will not be familiar to them. And more than likely, you will not come back in the same lineage, the same people you left that you called your family, your children. More than likely, you will not reincarnate back with them. So that really has us asking the question, how do we respond and take family? How should we respond and act and treat family in regards to ourselves? When you reincarnate, you can go to what is called, I don't know if I'm in agreement with the term, but I'll use it. You can go to what people call the astral plane. In the astral plane, that is where your spirit can stay and you can linger there. Another name for this space is called limbo. You may also reincarnate in an ancestral line or lineage. Very select persons can reincarnate back into the wombs of family members, a child, cousin, someone though of high vibrational energy with the best possible chances of understanding and gaining wisdom and knowledge. And there are a select few, very, very select few, that may not wish to reincarnate back into this space, into this realm. They will have the opportunity to go to a greater realm. This is a reincarnation cyclic space we are in. And at this time, reincarnation will not be ideal. Try your best to stay alive as long as you can. We are in a very special time, and things are going to start happening. And you may want to stick around for that. If you end up reincarnating and you do not have ancestral lineage alive that is somewhat seeking the truth, seeking understanding, seeking wisdom, if you do not have this in your families right now, this is not the time to reincarnate. You will come back arbitrarily, and you may get evaporated. We're going to war. We've been at war. We just have to wake up and take our place. We don't have to reincarnate like this. There is a divine setup. And it is much better than the way things work now. If you can find someone who can direct your spirit, your soul, your energy when you exit your body, that is most ideal. But that is almost impossible nowadays. All the prophets, all the priestess, all those that have come back to try and help this place, they've all been killed. They seek people like that so they can keep this place ignorant. We cannot let them stop us. I am 7.